Fremont 是湾区第4大城市，人口有20多万。市长 Lily May 高叙加是这个城市第一位女市长，也是第一位华裔市长。她正在竞选加州第10区参议员。她希望自己能够成为加州议会里的第一位华裔女代表，也希望各种族团结一起，帮助加州变得更加安全。今天JoJo Garden 访谈了她。
Mayor Lily May, so happy to come to JoJo Garden today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to come visit you and all your viewers today.
Yeah, so tell us about you. So a lot of people from China, they don't know about you yet.
Sure. So I am an ABC. I'm born here, but my parents are from China. My father is from Fujian, and my mom was originally from Dongbei, near Badaling, near Wanli Changchun. And so they grew up in Taiwan, and my parents moved to Canada in the 60s. And I was born in Chicago, at the University of Chicago.
So some people love you being the mayor. So can you tell us, what do you learn the most during your time being the mayor in Fremont?
Sure. So what I've learned being the mayor of Fremont is that sometimes you can't make everyone happy, but because of the opportunity to be with the community, I think that I'm very honored. I want to share that I've served in 5 different elected offices. I started off much like many people for something important, and I had 2 children, and so I was the school board member for 2 terms, and then also the state president for California for Asian school board members. Then I was on city council, and also in my second now and final term as mayor. And so if I'm so privileged, I will have a chance to be the state senator. But I think that it's those different experiences from the elected perspective, but also the lived experience, which makes it different. When I moved here almost 30 years ago now, I was a young couple when we just got married with student loans, much like other people struggling to find a place to live. And then over the years, I've had the pleasure and privilege to raise my family. I have 2 MIFs made in Fremont. They're 25 and 21. But when I was a parent in schools, much like other parents, it's easy to complain about what you think is wrong, but it's harder to do something about it. And so I feel very fortunate to have the chance to serve, as many parents do, as Jiazanghui, or parent TTA, school site council, crossing guard. But I had the inspiration from my own mother. My mother, even though she was born in a different country and didn't go through our education system, it always made me feel good to know that she loved me enough as a parent to be a volunteer, to do classroom parties, to be in the library. So as myself, as a working mom, I felt it was important to be able to share that also, to show my kids that continued love and support by being involved in the school sites. And when they're little, it's very popular. Most kids are happy to see mom and dad at school.
Right, there's a different love language in life,
Yes.
right? For love language, I know. So what is your love language?
Well, I think my love language is, for me, it is a big change. I think many parents, especially Asian parents, want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or other things. And I stepped away from my corporate life to spend more time with my kids, because at that time, my mom, who had always been there for me, had breast cancer when I got elected for school board. But thankfully she did well. But she was taking care of my kids and allowing me to travel, because I also ran a global trade association. And so I never had to worry, because I knew my mom and dad were there helping me. But when my mother was hit with breast cancer and I was serving, I thought it was my time to spend more time at home, and it was very grateful that I'm able to help with my family, but it's also taking that opportunity to make a change in the community. So the love that I would think is for the community. There's many ways to serve, and as a mayor, some people think, when you look at Mayor Schaaf or Mayor Breed and other people, some mayors are strong mayors, and I'm a strong in personality.
Wonderful.
But it's not paid the same. I mean, it's $45,000 a year for a mayor.
Right, definitely not for money. So if I want to ask you, what do you love about Fremont?
What I love about Fremont most has been the experiences that I've had with the people. It's a chance to serve and make a difference. I personally have a hero that I grew up loving, which was Ben Franklin, and I know that may not be everyone's hero. I grew up in Philadelphia, but it's the fact that someone who could live hundreds of years ago could make differences in people's lives that can still impact people today. And so I think in this moment right now, where there's a lot of hate, the virus of COVID is not as much as a virus of hate and xenophobia. It's important for us as community leaders, as Asian leaders, and women to stand up and show we're not part of the problem, we're part of the solution.
Very good. So Fremont is a very diverse city and many different cultures. Everybody have different need, right? So how do you balance this need?
Well, I think that it's not easy to balance the different needs. We have different houses of faith, we have different ethnic groups, and sometimes there's those experiences that are from international that carry over. But it's the fact that we, as a community, recognize that unity is the most important.
Proud to have the support of every other mayor in our community because they know I deliver real solutions on homelessness, housing, healthcare, and climate change. And I'll build a better California for your family and mine.